So two options, to believe in God or not to believe in God. What happens if you believe? There will be so many benefits that we will receive. So many things to receive. Nothing to lose by believing in God.
I have a question.
Okay.
Who created Allah?
Okay, it's a good question. Barakallah fake. Okay, you?
No, I'm
Okay, why don't you?
maybe later.
Maybe later. But you are friends together?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh, okay. So, it's very important to believe in God. I'm saying it, okay? So, for me, believing in God is very important, brother. Why don't you give a chance to yourself to believe in God? You believe in God?
No.
Okay, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Let me tell you, believing in God is very important. Because God really exists. Not only we believe God exists, we know that God exists. For sure. And by logic also. Either by science, by logic. For example, I show you. Let's say this is a painting, Mona Lisa painting. Okay? You know it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. So any painting, let's say any painting, once you see a painting, you know straight away there is a painter. Someone painted it. Okay? Every painting. Like this building, you know there is a builder.
Yeah.
It cannot come on its own, cannot come by chance or by from nothing. Somebody built this building, isn't it? We call it the builder. Even the painter or the builder died 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago. Once you see an old building or an old painting, you know, your mind say there was a builder, there was a painter. Because this is logic. Everything got created. Your phone, your shirt, your everything surround us. See? All the modern things got created. Okay? Because this is logic. Nothing can come on its own. Then you compare like what this whole universe is much more beautiful, much more amazing creation. Surely there is a creator. Surely. Only then we do not know him yet. But surely, logically, there must be a creator which is more powerful, more knowledgeable, more wise. Okay? That's why we believe. This is biology. Do you agree? There should be a creator that create the whole universe, even yourself. Let's say compare between you and the handphone. Okay? The handphone is very sophisticated device. What for? To communicate, to explore internet. Okay? This is the purpose of handphone. It's very intelligent. It's a good device created by human being. Even you do not see the designer, you know there is a designer who designed this handphone. Even you never met the maker, but you know there is a maker for this handphone. Even you know there is a factory who manufacture this handphone. Even you never see them. You never go to the manufacturer, to the designer, to the maker of the handphone, isn't it? You believe there is a designer, there is a maker of the handphone. But also, this universe, you yourself, surely, which is more intelligent, more sophisticated, surely there is a creator of you. Even you do not never see God, but you know there is a maker of you, creator of you, yourself. It's so logic, so logic.
Yeah.
That's why many people, 6 billion, compared to those who do not believe and those who believe in God, there are more than 6 billion people. Let's say there's 8 billion people in this world. Okay, 6 billion consists of Muslim 2 billion, Christian 2 billion, Hinduism 1 billion, Buddhism almost 1 billion. Other than any other religion, compared together, 8 billion more. So the rest is not more than 1 billion, let's say, do not believe in God, not sure whether God exists or not. See? So two options, to believe in God or not to believe in God. What happens if you believe? There will be so many benefits that we will receive. Isn't it? The best is heaven. The best is heaven. So many things to receive, nothing to lose by believing in God. But not to believe in God, there are risks, very serious risks, very dangerous risks. It is a very, very reasonable, if you are being reasonable, to believe in God, much more safe. For me, to believe is a very wise choice, very smart decision. Because when you believe, the chances is that you can go to heaven, the best place. Surely you believe there is heaven, isn't it? Surely you believe. 8 billion, 8 billion people believe there is heaven. They confident there is heaven. Even their belief is different, but because they believe in God, they also believe there is heaven. Okay? But if you do not believe, then it's out. No heaven for you, for sure. So why not believe in God? Then logic also say there is a God. I show you the logic. Creation is the evidence of a creator. So likewise, the whole universe, so beautiful, so amazing, working in very amazing way. Surely there's one creator which is so powerful, so wise, so so amazing, who create this whole universe. But then the important thing is how to know the true God. This is the question. I know many people confused because so many religion. I be straight to you. It's from my opinion, my research, okay? Whether you do not agree, it's okay, no problem. Okay, for me, if there's only one God, there must be only one way to understand Him. Many religion, they teach good thing. Do not kill, be good to people, help people, love people. It's okay. But in terms of understanding God, we cannot be together. There must be one way to understand God. Let's say there is a religion tissue, there are many God. They believe in God, but the way they understand God is the most important thing. After we believe there is God, how? What kind of God? How to know the true God? What are the characteristics or attributes of the true God? This is very important, brother. Now I want to share to you. This is secret. Whether you want to accept or not, it's up to you. No problem, okay? Just share because this is very important message. First, to believe in God. By logic, I should believe in God. Okay? It's not wise not to believe in God, but I must believe in God with my sincere heart, not pretend. Okay? One point we settle. There is a God. Okay? How to know the true God? This is the second most important thing, because there are religion teach you that there are many gods. There are also religions teach you that God has a son. Okay, so how to know God? Then I want to share you the secret. Okay, many people, they have good heart, they want to worship God, because they do not know the true God. They end up worship not God. This is the problem. So I don't want you. Let's say if you one day you choose to believe in God, I don't want you to worship the wrong God. Okay, that's what I want to share. Okay, take it as good information for you. You are so young, so nice, so young, so handsome also. Okay, you have so many time to study many things, including many religion. Okay, choose the one that you think the true and very logic. Okay, it's up to you. So how to know God? Because I believe, because they do not know the true God, they end up worshiping God. So how I want to show you how to know the true God. So how? Okay, we cannot see God. We cannot imagine God. God is beyond us. So how to know God? The answer is that only God can tell about Himself to us. Then the second question comes. How God going to tell us? We never see God. We don't know how God look like. How? This is the answer. Okay, God give revelation to prophets and messenger to guide us. So by revelation, we know God. What is revelation? Okay, this is the most important book. This is the book. This is revelation from God. Maybe you quite surprised and you wondering why this book. This is like simple book. Okay, no problem. Okay, the content. Okay, you will know when you read it. Okay, I want just for today, I want to show you how to know God. So this is revelation from God. In fact, this is the last and final testament from God to prophet, the last prophet, which is Prophet Muhammadan. This is Quran Jing, Quran Jing. Okay, so this is the last and final testament from God, Allah, to Prophet Muhammadan, to guide all of us, all mankind. So Quran Jing, is it? See, sure. So there are many verses talk about God. So I recite to you one short chapter, but very important for you to know God, at least for the basic understanding. Okay, I recite to another chapter 112, verse 1 to 4. Okay, start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul huwallahu ahad. Get it? See, my is not confident. Okay, then Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Okay, the last. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. So he knows. You? Okay.
He doesn't know.
Okay, no problem. Okay, 4 verses. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. The meaning is that in the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate. So good meaning, isn't it? So normally we recite this, we say this when we want to good things. For example, when I want to eat Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Correct?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Or in the short one is Bismillah. Or in the longer one, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Translate for me. So the meaning is that In the name of Allah, most merciful, more compassionate. Okay. So when I smoke, should I read Bismillah? No, because smoking is bad. Oh, don't do this. Okay. Okay. Only good things. Okay. Okay. The first verse, brother. This is very important, brother. Listen. Okay. Okay, brother. This is the first verse, which is very important. Kul huwallahu ahad. Say, Allah, the one and only God. Allah is the one and only God. So we know now, by revelation, only one God. So if there is teaching or religion say that there are two God, three God, or many God, we cannot accept. Okay? To you, which one is logic? One God or more than one God? Yeah, see, it's fitrah. You know, your natural inclination, natural feeling, and logically, you know, one God is logic. Two God, three God is not logic. Because God must be powerful, absolute powerful. Cannot be two God, otherwise they fight each other. You know, like a company, a big company, only one CEO. Okay? If you have two partners, sometimes you share power. It's not God. Sharing power is not God. Okay? Absolute power is God. So you understand not only one God. So if there is teaching, there's a religion or teaching that teach you two or more God, it's illogical. Okay? Only one God. Now you know there is only one God, which name is Allah. Okay, the second verse is that you know already. Only one God, okay? Okay, the second verse is that Allahu Samad. Okay, brother, you help me explain. As-Samad has broad meaning. Among other things, that God is eternal. Logic? Absolute, ever living, no beginning, no ending. We have beginning, we have ending. We was born, one day we're going to die. So we are not God. So God, eternal. So the second verse is Allah Samad. Okay. Allah, everything depend on God. God does not depend on us. Okay. We need God. God does not need us. Okay. God is the sustainer of all. Meaning that God provide everything for us. The water that we drink, the air we breathe, the food that we get from fruits and animal. God provide for all of us.
I have a question.
Okay.
Who created Allah?
Okay, it's a good question. Okay, but let me finish first this. Okay, otherwise I've got distracted. Okay, I keep your question. I'm going to answer it. Okay, no problem. It's a very good question. So that all I explain come under the word as-samad, mean the second verse. Okay, meaning God sustains for everything for us. Okay, God provide everything for us. This come under the second verse, which is also God is omnipotent, all powerful. Okay, okay. So the third verse is lam yalid walam yulad. God does not beget nor was begotten. Meaning that Allah has no children, no parent, no sibling, no wife, no family. So very clear. Okay, this is the meaning. You see? This is the verses, the chapter I recite you, this is the meaning. You can check. The same what I'm saying to you. So the third one is that God has no father, no children, no parent, okay? God does not beget nor was begotten, meaning that God no children, no parent, no family. So this is very important, brother, because this verse, the third verse, is directed especially to the Christian. You know why? Christians say Jesus is Son of God. You know, Christian, they believe Jesus to be Son of God. So we cannot accept that. Jesus is not Son of God. God say God has no son. See the third one. This one, the third one. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, okay? You can read this. So God has no son. So Jesus only prophet and messenger. Okay, you clear? Okay. So the fourth one is that walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Nothing is like God. Nothing can be compared to God. Let's explain to him. Nothing is like God. Nothing can be compared to God. God is incomparable. Can you explain to him? So nothing is like God. Nothing can be compared to God. God is different than us. God is different than His creation. So by this verse, you know, very simple, but and yet very important, very powerful. But by now, you know how to differentiate between God and not God. This is the formula, brother. The formula to understand what is God and what is not God. How to differentiate between God and not God. Between God and creation of God. Okay, for example, is He God? By this verse. Nothing is like God. Is He God? No. Is this God? No. Is this God? No. Is the sun God? No. Is the planet God? Star? How about Avenger? Thor? Thanos? Are they God? No. Because God, you cannot compare. Everything you see is not God. Everything you imagine is not God. Everything look like human being is not God. Okay, this is very important because many people don't understand this and they worship not God. That's what idol worship, worship statue, worship stone, worship kind of, statue, stone is very wrong. People make like God, people take statue and they sculpture like God, they worship, they pray. No, it's not God. You cannot worship ancestor, you can worship human being, you can worship your father, mother, or your great-grandfather or not. You cannot worship them. They are not God, they are creation of God, they are part of creation of God. That's why Islam, the concept of God is very simple, very easy to understand, very logic. You can compare with other religion concept of God. So you see, the concept of God is that there's only one God, one creator, the rest is creation of God. You see, you, me, everything created by God, part of creation of God. Only one God, the rest is creation of God. Okay, so now you know, you do not worship creation of God, only worship, only pray to one God, brother. That's why very empty. No statue of God, no image of God, no painting of God. Because we cannot worship other than one true God. It's been the same message given to prophet and messenger to guide people, to guide human being. So brother, today you know the true God. Okay? Sharing, if you agree, you want to worship God, then it's up to you. But it's, this is the benefit, the best benefit is you can go to heaven. You see, other thing you can slowly learn. To understand Islam, you slowly learn about it. Okay, but the most important thing is to understand God, to accept the true God. Okay, this is the first condition to be Muslim. Muslim means the one who submit to the will of one God. Islam means submission to the will of one God. Meaning that we submit, we surrender ourselves to the true God, the only one God, not to other. So, you see, to be Muslim is very simple. By saying, I testify or I bear witness there is no God except Allah. I bear witness that Prophet Muhammadan is messenger of God. That's it. You see. So if you say it from your heart, you really accept one God. You believe also Prophet Muhammadan to be messenger of God. So you have become Muslim. All your sin is wiped off. Okay, newborn baby. Okay, new chapter. You start new chapter. Okay, it's very beautiful. Then you go. Anything happen to you, go straight away to the best heaven. Even you much better than me. I was born Muslim. This is the beautiful of accepting Islam. But it's up to you. Okay, you don't have to tell anybody. It's between you and God. Save your soul first, brother. This I'm just sharing because I believe this is the truth. This is the best. If you're not ready, no problem. You go back and study. Don't put aside this topic. Don't play ignorance. Okay, you have to learn. Now we meet together, not by coincidence, by God's will. Please don't just let this forget like that. You have to go back and study. You can study all religion, no problem. But you must study also Islam. Study, because the most important thing is the concept of God first. Other things like why women pray at the back, why women wearing hijab, wearing tudung, head cover, all we have answer for all of them, no problem. But that one is not that important. The most important is about faith, about believing in one true God. Because while you sit in this life, you have the chance to believe Him and to worship Him only. But after you die, no more chance. The test is over. Because the test is why you in this world. You must choose to believe or not to believe. Every decision is accountable in the hereafter. There's a judgment day. God will ask you, why don't you study about me? Why don't you believe me? Why don't you submit yourself to me? Why don't you worship me? God will question. If you're not ready, you study. But don't delay once you know it is the truth. Because the best thing can happen to you is to go to the best heaven. But if you die without believing in God, believing in Allah, without worshipping Allah, but then you have received the message, the problem is very, very, very grave. So very, very scary. Meaning that, there's a hell for those who reject God after the message reached them. But if the message is not enough, you study, okay? You have question? Okay, your question about who created God. Nothing. God is the first starting. God is always there. Okay? If you say who created God, it's not going to finish, okay? God created God, God created God, God created God. So it's become illogical. So for example, okay, I've given birth to a baby. Then someone asks, what type of gender your baby is? Is it girl or boy? What's the answer? It's an illogical question. A man cannot given birth to baby. Okay, see, that's that. If you ask who created God, it's simply illogical question, because everything starts from God. God created everything. Okay, the simple question. Some question is illogical. We say it is illogical. Okay, so because everything starts from God. Okay, God created everything. So, brother, thank you for listening. Okay. Okay, thank you for your support. Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. 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 Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, bye. Waalaikumsalam. I pray for you all. Okay. 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 May Allah give you guidance. Okay. Bye bye.